The annals of the universal peace heaven whisper of moments when the world itself seems to pause, when the very source powers of heaven and earth surge and clash within a mortal vessel. In recap, Alchemy, Emperor of the Divine Dao Chapter 2042, Ling Han teeters at that threshold, his godly bones trembling under the resonance of four ancient seals, each flicker a note in a deadly symphony of power. Outside, the Hundred Dragons mystery realm has awakened, its 3,000 great paths stretching like veins of destiny, golden bridges glimmering with the promise of unimaginable ascent, and the black Most Venerable Divine Path looming in silent challenge. Monarchs and emperors alike have begun their tentative steps, yet Ling Han, still haunted by the memory of his near-suicidal clash within the Black Tower, must navigate these paths with more than skill. He must reckon with timing, precision, and the very limits of his mortal flesh. And as the first golden dragon bridges ignite beneath competitors both famed and mysterious, one question trembles in the wind. Who among them will seize the power to define an era, and at what cost? Imagine a fighter whose very body holds the essence of creation itself, a warrior walking the razor's edge between mortal limits and godlike potential. This was Ling Han, standing at the heart of a battle that was as much internal as it was external, locked in a clash with the formidable Longbutian. But this fight was never just about brute strength. It was about mastery over the ancient, eternal forces of the world. Ling Han's body contained the four source powers of heaven and earth, primordial energies birthed at the dawn of the cosmos. These forces were not mere martial techniques. They were fragments of the world's own foundation, capable of reshaping reality itself. While others relied on raw cultivation or elemental mastery, Ling Han sought something deeper. He sought to awaken and inscribe these cosmic powers into his very bones. This was an idea he had toyed with in the ancient realm, where such feats had shown incredible results. But the celestial realm presented an entirely new scale of challenge. Here, formations were not just patterns. They were monumental, almost sacred architectures of power, often rivaling mountains or legendary warships. To encode such a formation within his godly bones seemed near impossible, yet Ling Han was convinced that even a sliver of this could elevate him to heights beyond Jiwuming himself. So the battle began, and while Longbutian launched relentless, ferocious attacks, fists, claws, and palm strikes that could topple mountains, Ling Han's body remained untouched. To the onlookers, his defense seemed supernatural, almost absurd. But inside, Ling Han was conducting a far more dangerous trial, activating each source power and attempting to inscribe its essence onto his godly bones. The first seal would flare brilliantly, then fade before the fourth could even ignite. Timing was everything, and failure came swiftly. Yet Ling Han persisted, determined to bridge the gap between the fleeting inspiration and tangible mastery. As Longbutian intensified his assault, seeking an irrefutable victory, the tension skyrocketed. Every strike he delivered was a test of Ling Han's limits, a probe to see if the young cultivator could withstand the brutal might of a true celestial king-tier warrior. And then, in the final counts, a moment of revelation. Ling Han's aura flared, not in triumph over his opponent, but as a spark of comprehension within. He had glimpsed the path to guide the source powers, to harmonize their might through the laws of the five elements, even if one element was missing. It was a vision that could change the course of his cultivation entirely. The battle concluded. Longbutian stepped away, satisfied in body, but unaware that Ling Han's true victory was hidden within. While Du Shoujun and his entourage saw only the exhausted, dazed figure of Ling Han, they did not perceive the storm of insight raging inside him. Ling Han was no longer merely reacting. He was deciphering the very code of the cosmos, seeking to unlock the potential of the source powers in ways no one else dared. This is where the story pivots from spectacle to revelation. Alone beneath the reincarnation tree in the Black Tower, Ling Han's meditation became a forge for his soul. Days passed in the outside world, mere moments to him, as he labored to stabilize the ancient seals on his godly bones. One by one, the seals flickered, always just out of perfect alignment, until, in a sudden instant, clarity struck. All four seals blazed in unison, a signal that the celestial pattern was complete. For Ling Han, this was no small feat. It was the awakening of a higher understanding of the source powers, a key to unlock his latent potential. What makes this moment extraordinary is not just the power, but the implication. Ling Han now possesses a method to channel the foundations of creation itself, even without the perfect five elements. It's a glimpse into the philosophy of xianxia cultivation. True strength often lies not in the quantity of power, but in the precision and understanding of its use. The battle was merely the catalyst. The real transformation occurred in the mind and spirit. And so, we are left with Ling Han at the threshold of something monumental. His next steps could redefine the balance of power in the celestial realm. Will he refine this newfound mastery into an unstoppable force, or will the limitations of the incomplete five elements still haunt him? One thing is certain, the young cultivator has glimpsed the very heartbeat of heaven and earth, and nothing in the realms of mortals or celestials will ever feel the same again. Imagine standing on the edge of life and death, where even the heavens themselves tremble at your audacity. Ling Han had just stepped into that terrifying boundary, a place where one wrong move could obliterate not only his body, but the very mind that wields it. And yet, here he was, staring into the raw, chaotic power of the four source powers of heaven and earth, resonating inside him like volatile stars ready to explode. Let's set the stage. Ling Han had reached a point where traditional cultivation could no longer contain him. His four godly bones, mystical conduits of unimaginable potential, began to vibrate in perfect, terrifying unison. This was no ordinary breakthrough. It was a collision of cosmic forces. At first, it nearly killed him, his mind and body shattered by a burst of energy far beyond what even his own flesh could endure. Small Tower, his ever-pragmatic companion, could only scold him for courting death so recklessly. And yet, what we witness here is a defining moment in the life of a cultivator, the choice to risk everything for a chance at true strength. Now here's where it gets interesting. Ling Han wasn't reckless for recklessness' sake. He understood the stakes. To face Ji Wuming, a peer whose power could annihilate him in a single blow, Ling Han had no choice but to push the limits. This was a man experimenting with forces far beyond his current level, not for glory, but for survival. And that's the essence of xianxia cultivation, mastering not just power, but the calculus of life and death, the daring to harness forces that could either elevate or erase you. What happens next is a study in balance and ingenuity. Ling Han learns to channel the source powers outward, converting suicidal bursts of energy into controlled devastation. Initially, he creates a 1,000-mile-wide crimson expanse of destruction, a spectacle of martial might. The raw force was unmatched, yet he recognizes its flaw. Speed and scope were lacking. His mind races, calculating resonance, timing, and collision, understanding that true power lies not merely in the might of a technique, but in the precision and control of its release. Here we see the hallmark of a genius cultivator, the ability to turn external forces into extensions of one's own will. But let's not ignore the human element. Ling Han experiences fear, exhilaration, and pain simultaneously. His godly bones shatter. He bleeds golden blood, a sign of his body teetering on the brink. But the moment he channels his indestructible true fluid, he heals. This isn't just a cool martial trick. It's a statement about xianxia philosophy itself. One must walk the razor's edge, courting death to understand life and to grasp the Dao in its truest, most destructive form. Small Tower's outrage underscores the emotional tension. Wisdom and instinct clash, as highlighting Ling Han's unique audacity. Over days, Ling Han perfects his technique, pushing the destructive potential of the four source powers further. Every experiment teeters on catastrophe, yet each step forward is a leap toward a power that rivals even the celestial kings. He begins to see the future of his combat strategy, attacks that harness the resonance of multiple source powers simultaneously, devastating enemies in ways that conventional cultivation cannot. This isn't just power scaling, it's a glimpse at a Dao that transcends ordinary mastery, a vision of what it means to impose one's will upon the heavens themselves. Amidst these private trials, the world outside moves inexorably forward. Ling Han learns of the upcoming 100 Dragons Mystery Realm, a colossal contest of skill, strategy, and survival. Here, cultivators will traverse 3,000 great paths, each representing trials beyond mortal comprehension, competing for treasures and the blessings of 100 dragons. It's a crucible designed to separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. Ling Han's preparation isn't mere vanity, it's strategic foresight. He knows that the techniques he hones now could define his survival and his supremacy within this otherworldly arena. Finally, after days of meticulous refinement, Ling Han steps back into the world, his technique tempered, his body healed, his mind sharpened. The stage is set. Dragons appear in the sky, a portal opens, and the 100 Dragons mystery realm beckons. This is the moment where preparation meets opportunity, where calculated audacity meets cosmic challenge. The story doesn't just promise spectacular battles, it poses a deeper question. How far will a cultivator go when survival, pride, and destiny converge? So, as we watch Ling Han's journey, the lesson emerges clearly. True mastery in the Xianxia world isn't measured by raw strength alone. It's measured by understanding, courage, and the willingness to flirt with death to seize your path. And for Ling Han, the 100 Dragons mystery realm is not just a contest. It's a proving ground for the very Dao he's beginning to command. The question now is, can he turn this terrifying raw power into the tool that will let him rise above all others? Or will the heavens themselves demand a price too high to pay? Imagine stepping into a realm where the sky itself becomes a threshold to countless destinies, where a single misstep could cast you into oblivion. This isn't just any challenge. This is the 100 Dragons mystery realm, a crucible of fate where only the truly attuned may walk paths forged by dragons themselves. Ling Han and his companions find themselves before a monumental sight. 3,000 bridges, each stretching across an abyss, shimmering with the aura of countless epochs. Most are ordinary, yet 10 radiate a power that seems to hum in harmony with the Tao itself. 9 golden, 1 impossibly dark. These paths are not mere stone or wood. They are dragon spines, celestial constructs that demand both courage and enlightenment. To set foot upon them is to align completely with your inner Tao, for misalignment means an instant, fatal fall. Survival here is not a matter of skill alone, but of resonance with the universe. Fuyue's words echo a harsh truth. Across an entire epoch, only 321 souls have walked the golden paths. Every single one ascended to become a fifth heaven celestial king, kings among kings. The dark path, known as the Most Venerable Divine Path, remains untouched, an emblem of the ultimate, unattainable challenge. It is a reminder that in the wuxia world, even supreme strength is sometimes insufficient without harmony of heart and Tao comprehension. But it's not just about paths. It's about the players. Among those arriving are Tian Qingyue, Xia Hotong, Yu Huaqing, and Zhu Huiyun, the 4 recognized monarch tiers of the universal peace heaven. Their arrival shifts the atmosphere. Even among the gathered cultivators, they radiate an aura that suppresses lesser talents. Ling Han senses the weight of their presence, a blend of respect, fear, and irresistible curiosity. These are figures who could define the balance of power, each capable of changing history with a single decision. Observing them, we understand the subtle hierarchies of Xianxia. It is not always the raw power, but timing, Tao alignment, and tactical choice that separates a legend from an also-ran. The dragon bridges themselves are fascinating. Most are single dragons, but the golden ones intertwine 9, their claws exuding overwhelming authority. The Black Bridge is formed by 99 dragons, a monstrous sovereign of the skies. Each step taken upon these dragons is a dialogue with the heavens. The flickering lights as cultivators interact with the paths resemble piano keys being played by destiny itself. Not one of these golden bridges responds to every aspirant. Only those whose inner Tao is mature enough may provoke them. It is a delicate ballet of heart, cultivation, and cosmic resonance. Du Shaojun, a monarch tier from the crowd, demonstrates why experience and intuition matter. 8 bridges light up for him simultaneously, reflecting his mastery of the water element Tao. Even a sliver of advantage, he knows, can transform possibility into triumph. In contrast, the strongest are not always the first to succeed. Fortune and Tao alignment often outmatch brute strength. This subtle tension is central to Xianxia storytelling. The universe tests not only power, but perception, patience, and timing. Meanwhile, Ling Han, observing these legendary figures, feels both awe and hunger for challenge. His grasp of great clash of source powers gives him formidable strength, Yet the presence of peak stage heaven soul monarchs underscores the reality of limits in cultivation. It's a reminder that in this world, true growth is continuous, and every encounter, whether victory or observation, teaches a fragment of the Tao. As the first cultivators step forward, bridges illuminate, and the dance of destiny begins. The audience is left to ponder. Who will truly master the paths of dragons? Which heart aligns perfectly with the Tao? And who, perhaps against all odds, might attempt the most venerable divine path, confronting an epoch-spanning challenge that no mortal has yet conquered? In this realm, glory is fleeting, but the legends born here will echo across the heavens. The 100 Dragons Mystery Realm is more than a test. It is a revelation of character, a crucible where heart, Tao, and courage converge. For every step on these bridges is a statement that you are ready to stake your life against the whims of heaven and ascend beyond the ordinary. Imagine standing at the edge of a realm that opens only once in 100 million years, a place where the faintest misstep can shatter lifetimes of cultivation, and where the heavens themselves seem to weigh on your shoulders. This is the 100 Dragons Mystery Realm, a crucible that separates mere talent from true immortality. And in this rare chapter of history, we witness a spectacle that will echo through the ages. Our scene opens with Fu Yue, a prodigy whose innate power sets him apart even among Emperor-tier cultivators. He steps onto the dragon bridges, those ancient conduits of divine energy, and ignites 5 at once. To ordinary eyes, this is awe-inspiring, but to Ling Han, who has seen countless cultivators attempt the feat, this marks Fu Yue as truly exceptional. In the hierarchy of cultivation, the number of bridges one can stimulate at once is a measure of raw potential. 4 to 6? That's Emperor-tier excellence. Fu Yue hits 5 with ease, signaling that he is not just strong, he is among the elite. And with a calm farewell, he strides forward, leaving the path of destiny open for others. Then the monarch tiers step forward. Here, the stakes shift from impressive to legendary. Tianqing Yue, a supreme monarch tier cultivator, becomes the center of attention. The question on everyone's lips, can he awaken the Golden Dragon Bridge? This isn't mere spectacle. It's a test of destiny itself. The Golden Bridge symbolizes the Celestial King tier, a level that transcends mortal understanding and commands the reverence of all below it. 8 bridges light up, tension thick in the air, and then the impossible happens. The 9th bridge ignites, and the Golden Dragon Bridge erupts in celestial brilliance, dragons entwining as if alive. Even the most elite cultivators falter under its pressure, but Tianqing Yue stands unshaken. He has earned a place among the rare few who will ascend to 5th Heaven Celestial King tier. And yet, this is only the beginning of his ambition. As the dust settles, Xia Hotong approaches. Initially, his progress falters, the 9th bridge seeming unreachable. But then, in a moment of astonishing determination and mastery, he too triggers the Golden Dragon Bridge. Now, 2 ultimate prodigies have emerged, proof that the universe favors not just the strong, but the relentless. Here, we see the subtle dance of fate. The greater the number of prodigies, the higher the eventual peak, as if competition itself fuels transcendence. Commentary from the bystanders highlights this dynamic. History shows that rivalries between top-tier cultivators often push one to heights that solitary talent alone could never reach. The spectacle intensifies as Yu Huaqing and Zhu Huayun, the remaining monarch tiers, achieve Golden Dragon Bridges simultaneously. 4 prodigies, 4 golden bridges. An event unseen in centuries. This is more than a test of strength. It is a convergence of ambition, talent, and destiny. Each cultivator walks a path not only toward personal glory, but toward reshaping the power dynamics of their entire world. Only one will reach the ultimate pinnacle, but the struggle itself magnifies their potential. And then, Hu Nu enters the scene. A young heiress of the Rock Palace, she approaches with a casual confidence, even chewing a drumstick as if this legendary trial were a leisurely stroll. Yet, she effortlessly stimulates 8 dragon bridges, and in moments, the 9th ignites, producing the 5th Golden Dragon Bridge, an unprecedented record. 5 monarch tiers unlocking golden bridges at once is more than historic. It's transformative. It signals the rise of new titans whose names will be etched into the annals of cultivation. Her relaxed demeanor belies the monumental skill and divine favor that flows through her. a vivid reminder that true strength often wears the mask of ease. What does this chapter teach us about the essence of Xianxia cultivation? It's not just about raw power. It's about timing, will, and the ability to harmonize with forces far beyond comprehension. The Golden Dragon bridges are more than obstacles. They are mirrors, revealing the depth of each cultivator's Dao heart, the precision of their energy control, and their readiness to bear the weight of immortality. Every bridge lit is a testament to discipline. Every golden bridge is a declaration to the heavens. And as we watch these 5 extraordinary figures stride along paths that few could even dream of, we are left to ponder. Among them, who will ultimately ascend to 9th Heaven's Celestial King tier? The drama of destiny is just beginning. And the 100 Dragons Mystery Realm has already shown us that history favors those who dare, those who endure, and those whose ambitions are unshakable. Imagine a scene where the heavens themselves seem to pause, as if holding their breath to witness something extraordinary. In this moment, the world of cultivation trembles, for not just one, but multiple prodigies are about to defy the limits of mortal comprehension. This is not merely a battle or a tournament. It is a revelation of destiny, power, and the rarest of talents. At the heart of this spectacle stands the Empress, stepping forth with a poise that commands attention without a word. Her very presence, the sway of her robes, the aura of authority she exudes, causes a ripple across the assembly of cultivators. But beauty alone isn't what turns heads here. It's the recognition that she is more than just a figure of grace. As dragon bridges ignite beneath her, one by one murmurs ripple through the crowd. 5 bridges light up, then 6, then 7. Each flame signifies not just cultivation strength, but the awakening of a force akin to an emperor tier, a being whose very existence reshapes the hierarchy of power. For the uninitiated, a dragon bridge isn't mere ceremony, it's a test. A measure of one's ability to harmonize with the fundamental regulations of the world. To light a single bridge is impressive. To ignite all 9, reaching the golden pinnacle, hints at a power bordering on the celestial itself. As the 9th bridge burns and fades into a brilliant golden glow, the audience is left speechless. A potential 9th Heaven Celestial King has emerged, and the implications are seismic. This is not speculation. It is a visual confirmation that a new era of cultivation is dawning. But notice the subtlety here. While the Empress embodies sovereign authority, another figure, bewitching Maiden Ro, steps forward, her approach different yet equally arresting. Her cultivation resonates like a dance, every movement harmonized with the energy around her. Bridges ignite at her presence too, 6 of them, revealing her position at the upper echelons of Emperor tiers, tantalizingly close to ascending to Monarch rank. Yet the story hints at an unachievable limit, a boundary set by the natural order of cultivation. The tension here isn't just in raw power, it's the emotional weight of knowing someone may never reach the heights they are almost capable of, unless they dare to sever their progress and start anew. That choice, rare and profound, speaks volumes about the spirit of true cultivators, the balance of ambition, sacrifice, and destiny. Now, consider Ling Han. Unlike the others, his approach is methodical and almost experimental. Possessing multiple source powers and diverse regulations, he tests them one by one. The 9 Heavens Flame, a source power of immense intensity, is first. The dragon bridges respond. 1, 2, 3, almost in a crescendo of acknowledgement. Then, astonishingly, the 9th bridge glows, and once more a golden bridge emerges, marking yet another prodigy capable of feats thought impossible. Here, we glimpse a crucial element of Xianxia storytelling, the interplay between innate talent, cultivated technique, and the perception of destiny. Ling Han's rise isn't just about strength, it's about understanding, strategy, and precise mastery of the cosmic forces at his disposal. The crowd's reaction underscores the scale of what unfolds. Ordinary celestials are left dazed, grappling with the appearance of multiple supreme talents simultaneously. They murmur the words, 9th Heaven Celestial King, almost as if chanting a mantra, recognizing these figures as beings who transcend the conventional limits of power, who stand at the apex of the celestial path. It is a moment that blurs admiration, fear, and awe, a hallmark of legendary Xianxia encounters. There's also an emotional layer here that cannot be overlooked. Ling Han's contemplation about the Empress reflects a deeper understanding of leadership and love. To truly respect greatness is not to shield it completely, but to allow it space to soar. And in a world where strength dictates survival, the gestures of respect, restraint, and observation become as important as the cultivation feats themselves. So what does this chapter truly reveal? It isn't just about lighting dragon bridges or displaying raw power. It's about the intersection of destiny, human, or perhaps celestial, nature, and the relentless pursuit of transcendence. We see beauty and grace intertwined with raw strength. We see the delicate balance of ambition and restraint, the careful dance of regulations and soul energy, and the hint of a coming age where new rulers may rise, shaking the very foundations of the heavenly realms. As the golden dragon bridges blaze, one can't help but ask, who among these prodigies will claim the ultimate place in the 9 heavens? And what trials await them once the tournament truly begins? For the audience witnessing this spectacle, it's clear. We are not just observing a competition. We are watching the dawn of legend.